It's really important to understand that if you have to choose a small business accounting tool, you got to have a clear idea of certain topics so you make the right decision. Because see, the thing is, you can't change, you can't start changing your accounting software every now and then. This is something that is very important. It is foundationally important. You do it once and for all, hopefully. So in today's conversation, I want to show you the steps you need to take when it comes to choosing a small business accounting software tool. Here are the steps. Number one, you got to really think about choosing accounting software that fits your budget. See, it's not about just like thinking, well, if I don't have enough resources, if I have a low budget, I'm going to have a cheap ass accounting software. No, not at all. There is an accounting software tool for every budget, but you have to make sure that you have one that actually fits your budget in addition to the features that you need. Because the thing is, the cost will be driven by the features that you really need, the functionalities, the number of users. Okay, if you have a small team, for example, if you have a small team, you are going to pay a smaller user license fee every single month. So this is really important. Okay, now the thing here is that accounting software varies in when it comes to pricing. You have software that costs thousands of dollars to maintain every month, and you have software that costs about $20 or $19 or $15. Okay, so it's really important to understand that when we talk about the price, we have to think about how the price compares to available features. Okay, so think about that. Don't just think about the price. No, you want to think about the features that you want to get. Okay, and also you have to think about how you are charged for the software. Software companies often have different methods for charging users. Some software applications are sold at a large one-time fee. Okay, depending on the software, you might have to pay additional expenses for things like updates or setups, okay, when they come up. And so if this is the case, you will not be able to plan ahead of time for the new fee. So if the update is needed, you will need to pay for it, okay? And other software programs work on a monthly or yearly subscription. So they are often sold in packages with a tiered pricing structure that allows you to choose exactly what you need. If you choose software that charges a monthly fee, know the terms before subscribing, okay? Make sure you understand that your contract. This is important. Is it flexible or ironclad? If you break a contract, you could be charged a fee. So be very careful here, okay? Watch out for the hidden or additional fees also. You don't want to be surprised by extra charges for creating invoices, running reports, providing setup, customer service, and data storage. The second thing I really want you to pay attention to is that you need to pay attention to ease of use. Because see, the whole thing is we can sit here all day, have conversations about how to choose small business accounting software, but the thing that's really important is that the best accounting software for your business is the one you know how to use. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure, a big pleasure to see you here. And we love to engage in this kind of conversation every now and then. And so when we talk about ease of use, this is really important. If you're like many small business owners, you have a depth of knowledge in your specific field, right? Not accounting. I mean, you didn't graduate with an accounting degree. You're not a CPA. You're not a certified public accountant. You're not an EA. You're not like you have no idea what advanced accounting is, which makes sense. Listen, you shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't. So you don't want to spend your work week learning bookkeeping. Sure, you might not technically be a bookkeeper, but you're not new to money management. You have been managing your finances ever since you first debated whether or not you should break your piggy bank or fill up with some more. So what I'm trying to say here is that ease of use should be really important. It should be straightforward. I mean, accounting can be very complicated, a complicated topic, whether you talk about deferred tax assets or tax liabilities, for example. But when it comes to, let's say, the basic needs of every small business owner, you don't want to have anything complicated, okay? Debits and credits, those things should be really simple. It should be done in a very user-friendly way. So accounting software comes with all different types of skill levels in mind. Some are simple and made for the non-accountant. Others are more suited for accountants. In the end, it doesn't matter who you are. You should look for a software that offers free resources and customer support. That way, if you do need to learn something new, there's always, I think this is really important, there's always an easy way to make sure you have the right information. And you gotta have the right information, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is that don't say, well, I want to have a super basic or super complicated accounting software. Use accounting software that suits your business and that actually serves all the purposes that you need. Okay, so the best accounting software, again, as I said, is the one you know how to use. It's the one your team knows how to use. It's the one your staff knows how to use. Nothing complicated. Number three, you want to decide the features that you need for the accounting software. Okay, and this is important. This depends on your industry. This depends on a constellation of things. But one thing I want to say here is that, hey, pay attention to your accounting processes. Pay attention to how you generate revenue in your business, how you actually incur expenses. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to choose small business accounting software. I'm giving you the tips, tricks, everything you need to think about when it comes to choosing the best business accounting software for you. So when we talk about the features that you need, it's really important to understand that, having so many features when it comes to business accounting software, it's not always interesting. I mean, like, you kind of feel like, it's like, you have analysis paralysis. You have so many features, you don't even know how to choose. Just have the ones that are important for you, okay? The good thing about having so many features to choose from is that you get to find the accounting software that fits your needs like a glove. Here are some common features you might come across. So create and track invoices. Okay, that's kind of like basic. You pay vendors, you compile financial statements, you process credit cards, you integrate with bank accounts, you record customer histories. Okay, those are important elements. Now, we all love a good checklist. So to help organize your search, I want to make sure that you make a checklist of all the features that you need, and you want to prioritize the list from the most necessary features to the least. And so you want to find a software solution that supports both current needs and future needs. Okay, find software, accounting software that can grow with your business. So scalability is really important. Scalability is really important now because your business right now is kind of small, right? Or maybe mid-sized, but who knows what the business will be 5 years from now, what the business will be at 10 years from now. I mean, nobody stays static. Everything grows or fades away. So you got to really pay attention to scalability. Now, when I talk about compiling financial statements, I'm talking about the four primary financial statements, in addition to the accompanying disclosures. Okay, so we have a balance sheet, we have an income statement, we have a cash flow statement, and we have owner's equity statement. Very important. Number four, you need flexibility. So if you are on the go owners, you gotta look for flexibility. If you're a solopreneur, if you are a business owner, a small business owner with a team that actually is working from multiple places, you got to look for flexibility. Really important. Okay, if you find yourself loosely defined word office to include cafes, airport lounges, and your favorite restaurants, you may want to look into cloud-based accounting software. So we're not talking here about desktop based accounting software. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to sort of have like a CD. Like back in the days, they used to have CD-ROMs. Nowadays, they don't have CD-ROMs anymore. Nowadays, they want you to really download and install the accounting software on your desktop. If you're that kind of person, you don't want to have desktop-based accounting software. You need to have cloud-based. Okay, and the cool thing about cloud-based software is that you have flexibility. It doesn't matter the geography you find yourself in, you can still work, you can still have fun, you can still build customers, you can still create invoices, you can track invoices, you can pay vendors, you can do a lot of stuff. This is really what you want anyway. Okay, so if you have to think about what really works for your business. Okay, flexibility in relation to your business. What I think is flexibility for my business may not be flexible enough for your business. So please find the common denominator for your business. Okay, cloud-based software stores information online so you can access the program anywhere with any device connected to the internet, right? So we're talking about you can actually access your accounting software from your smartphone, from your tablets, from your desktop computer, from anything, from your laptop. Okay, there are a lot of upsides here. You haven't tethered. Okay, you're not tethered to a desk. You're not really stuck to a desk, and you don't have to worry about losing accounting information if your computer crashes on you. And if you do choose desktop software, you should know the risks. That single computer and its hard drive become the center point of your work week, and the software is only available to you if the computer is in tip-top shape. Crashes, water damage, and power outages can wreak havoc on your accounting records. Okay, so there's a lot of risk when you go with the desktop software. You probably noticed it that our preference and our advice to you today is to go with cloud-based accounting software. You want to minimize the risk. Number five, I want you to make sure that you have a quality customer support. Oh, this is so important, boss. This is really, really important. You got to have quality customer support. I mean, it's not about, first of all, you want to have accounting software that is easy to use, but you got to have you got to have customer support if you really need it, and the thing is, you got to have customer support should be there at various levels. First of all, when you set up the software, when you actually are using it, when you have to train your team, or when there is a problem. Okay, when there's a problem in terms of, like, let's say your accountants or your CPA just want to prepare some reports, and they are having problems in terms of using the software. You need to have customer support. Very important. Okay. So, by the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We are talking about how to choose small business accounting software. I'm just giving you the tips, tricks, and hacks in today's conversation, so you have a clear idea what you're putting yourself into. So you have many questions. You may have questions or need help understanding your new software. And when that time comes, you will want a support team that can help you quickly and easily. And quality customer support that is knowledgeable and easy to get a hold of will be key to switching over to new software. Okay. Remember that I use the key phrase here, knowledgeable. That is knowledgeable. Because, see, accounting is a technical field, so customer support has to not only be responsive, but also know what they're talking about. You don't want people to actually, waste your time and just like razzle dazzle you, and where they're trying to talk about something you don't understand what they're saying. They do not understand what you're talking about. This is just a waste of time. Don't do this. So here are some questions to keep in mind when thinking about, let's say, customer support. Is the support free, or are there additional let's say, even recurring fees? What time zone are they in? Make sure you don't lose too much time between different time zones. Is the support team experienced and knowledgeable about the software and your needs? Is there any one way to get a hold of a customer support, like phone, email, online chat? Okay, so answering those questions is easy. Give the customer support team a call and simply ask them. Okay, have a pen and pencil handy, so you may want to take some notes, because you'll be able to tell pretty quickly if they are the right customer support team for you. Okay, very important. Now, here is the approach I really want you to pay attention to. Okay, and so the approach you want to follow when it comes to choosing business accounting software, there are some layers, there are some criteria, there are some features that you really want to pay attention to. Okay, so the items that I just gave you are just a starting point. You also need to consider five other things. Okay, only five, but they're super important. Reports. So you want to look for easy to read reports. They're shareable with your accountants, managers, or other trusted employees. Again, we're not speaking about advanced accounting here. We're not speaking about very complicated reports that only experts and CPAs can understand. No, we're speaking about reports that everybody can understand. Okay, think about the accounting method. So choose accounting software that matches your preferred accounting method. Okay, whether you're using the cash method or the accrual method, or anything else. Think about security. So security, when we talk about security, make sure the software has your security interests in mind. When we talk about it, business accounting software, you're speaking literally about operational data, the business's operational data. You're speaking about financial data. You're speaking about economic data. You're speaking about partners data. You're speaking about suppliers data. You're speaking about customers data. All this data represent a constellation of points, a constellation of data points that are really important to secure and to encrypt whenever possible. So you want to go with software that allows you to really understand what really matters, but also can protect your data, your respective data, your various forms of data, okay, accurately. You also want to think about commitment. Choose month to month or annual commitments, whichever fits your needs. What we have seen in our experience is that if you love if you know the software provider and if you like them, it's just better to go with an annual billing. I mean, it's cheaper. You save maybe 30% or 25% or 40%, whatever the deal is, but you can save a lot of cash and by actually switching to annual billing. It's a win-win situation. It's a win for the software provider because they have access to fresh cash real quick. It's a win for you also because you're able to have access to software for a low cost. And reviews. So you want to trust customers who've been using the software for weeks, months, and even years. Okay, let them tell you just how good the software is. Now, let me give you a few pro tips before we actually close to this conversation. It's really important to understand that, when we talk about choosing small business accounting software, no matter the industry you're in, no matter the size of your business, no matter how what software you were using before you want to migrate your data, you need to consider both your needs and your accounting skills. Very important. Those two things are important. Okay, your accounting skills. Are you do you have a bachelor's degree in accounting, or are you just a regular business owner who's very good at what he or she does, but you just don't have a clear idea about what accounting is? Pay attention to those things. You want to consider both your needs and your accounting skills. Okay, depending on your industry, you might want to consider a specialized software that is designed to help businesses in your niche. Okay, so from there you can do your research. You can see what really fits. We can do what really fits your business. Okay, and remember that you don't want to have accounting software that constantly requires you to improve your financial literacy. No, if you want to do research yourself, that's fine, but don't actually look for accounting software that just complicated things for you. Okay, and again, I want to go back to what I said about cloud applications. You want to look at cloud applications. Okay, stay away from desktop-based applications. With cloud computing, you are saving a lot of time. You save a lot of resources. Okay, with cloud computing becoming a more prominent influence in modern business, it's important not to dismiss the many online accounting applications available. Okay, so this is kind of cool, and you want to keep your budget in mind. Always keep your budget in mind. Very important. Pay attention to add-on features. Again, add-on features actually bring extra functionality to a business accounting application. For example, they may allow you to access the software remotely. This is kind of cool because again, if you're an expat, if you are, let's say, a modern travel guru or travel lover, and you want to work today in Australia and next week in Nigeria, and the following week in Germany, you want to have that flexibility. So add-on features are really good. They really help you to accept payments online and integrate the accounting software with your e-commerce software. Okay, and there are also add-ons that make accounting software compatible with tax software. And make the decision with the help of your accountant. So if you are listening to me right now, do not actually switch to accounting software without talking to your accountant. Whether your accountant is in-house or your accountant is outsourced, make sure you sit down with them. You sit down with your team. You sit down with him or her, and you actually evaluate your needs, evaluate your company needs, evaluate your company's need, evaluate the industry you're in, and also your accountant can actually give you intel about what kind of business accounting software your rivals are using, for example. Because if your rivals are using accounting software, a specific accounting software tool, chances are this software tool must be really good. Okay, so always learn from your peers, learn from your competitors also, but most importantly, learn from your team also. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I just spoke to you about how to choose small business accounting software. And so the steps are: choose accounting software that fits your budget. Okay, know that ease of use is really important. Decide the features that are really important for you. Look for flexibility and make sure that the software provider has quality support. Okay, and so I also give you more information about the tools you need to have in mind, and I give you a few pro tips. Okay, so always consider both your needs and your accounting needs. Look at cloud applications, keep your budget in mind, pay attention to add-on features, and make the decision with the help of your accountant. Very important. I'll be speaking to you another time. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.